All right. So you like the overall IQ, the overall ability of Boots over
Mhm.
anybody from 47 to 54.
Yeah, yeah. Again, I'm not talking about Crawford because
Right. He's going to
Crawford,
68 to fight
yeah,
Canelo. We
Crawford
don't know
and
what he's
Boots,
going to do.
man. Crawford and Boots are both lefty righties. They both got tricks in their bag. It's just the old and experienced against the young and hungry, And they both are dedicated to the game. They don't have no bad habits outside of the ring, you know. And that's gonna make a great fight.
If Crawford's successful, whatever the turnout comes out when it comes to Crawford and Canelo, and say he decides he wants to stay in the sport, do you feel like one of the biggest money fights for him is a Jerome Boots Ennis
After he fight Crawford, I mean
after he
Canelo,
fights Canelo? Yeah.
yeah, that's the only one will
Or
be
do you
left.
feel like he's gonna go run the sunset after that, retire?
I mean, if he was to do that, that would be great,
Right.
perfect timing.
Mm-hmm.
But if he gonna stay in the sport, everybody want to see the Boots fight. But then you say if he beat Canelo and run off in the sunset, people will say he's running from Boots, and that's not the case. But that's what the people gonna say because they want to see the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's,
As a
timing is
fan, though,
everything.
coach, right? Um, to see Crawford possibly try to pass, Floyd's 50-0 record. Is that something that you would want to see?
Listen, he can do it. He might not do it with as many championship fights,
Right. That's
but
tough.
he can do it. He can do it. And every fighter has their accomplishments.
Mm-hmm.
So if he bypasses Floyd's 50-0, that's okay because his accomplishment is his accomplishment. Floyd got more title fights, but he's the one that his accomplishment was he went 51, 52, or 60-0. Even though Floyd had more title fights, that's just what the accomplishment is. You know what I mean?
And he got more KOs.
Right. So it is what it. If he beat it, he can do it. He can do it, man. He can do it.
Because a lot of people are saying it's like Crawford's taking this fight at 68, no hydration clause. Floyd Mayweather fought Canelo when he was they quote unquote green fighter, wasn't really ready. I talked to Bomac. He said Canelo wasn't ready for Canelo
But,
was not
but, but,
ready.
but go back, go back. He was considered an elite fighter, right?
He was a
He was
puncher.
he, he was 22 years old when he fought Floyd, right?
Yeah, De La Hoya's best fighter.
Now go back and look at the greats. Everybody said he was too young when he fought Floyd, but you had other greats that did it at 20, 21, 22. They wasn't too young at the time.
Hmm.
So why is he too young? See, the people just they pick and choose.
But while we're in the pick and choose game, we would have to say. I mean, I would have to say
How old
that.
was how old was Tyson when he won the world title?
Well, eight, ooh,
20,
teenagers.
he was 20 years old.
Yeah.
Gervonta St. Davis was 22 years old. Ray Leonard, 2021. So why is it that Canelo was too young at age 22? Trinidad come over here at 20 years old. But no, Canelo 22, he was too young. He was a bigger man,
Mm.
stronger man, but he was too young. Cut that. They need to cut the BS out. Floyd beat the man fair and square. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. All right then. He's fighting him at 68. Floyd fights him at a catchweight at what, 53 or something like that?
Yeah,
What do you say about that?
that's boxing, man. If you put your name across that contract, can't make no excuse, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You trained for 6 to 8 weeks, 10 weeks. You took that walk down the aisle. Then you gonna after the fight over, you gonna complain? No, hell no.
You said Boots Ennis could be the best at 154 pounds too. He go right through that division. If Crawford's not there, right?
And I
Um,
hold. Don't freeze on it.
did I force it?
No. You said if Crawford not there, like as if Crawford was there, he's not gonna do it. I didn't say that. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah. Because then
you
it makes
remind me
it
of
makes you feel
a
like,
tricky judge, and no, I've been in front of the judge too much for that. I told you that.
yeah, 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 yeah.
You could have been a judge though. I like Boots and Boots. I like Boots and Crawford. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Um. Okay.
You real fast with that shit, T.
Um. All right. So let's talk about some of these guys at 54. I mean, it's a different weight class. You got Erickson Lubin in there. You got
I
you
forgot
got
about
that.
Lubin. I forgot about Lubin.
Yeah, he got a fight coming up on Pro Box. You got some names there that we wanted to see Crawford in there, like Keith Thurman, a Tim Zhu. You got your Fundoras. You got Charlo coming back. What fight do you want to see Boots in?
I like Charlo too,
You got
man.
that IBF champion too. The one.
I love to see Boots and Crawford and Charlo because they had their thing when he defeated Spence.
True.
Crawford
True.
was talking to Charlo outside the ring, so people remember that too. That fight
Oh
was
yeah, yeah,
that'll be a good fight.
yeah, 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 yeah. That was a moment. That was
Yeah.
a moment.
I like Charlo. The Charlo brothers. That's two fights that never duck work.
Yeah.
I like them too.
You got Virgil Ortiz,
Yeah, his last fight, he looked good, man.
really good against Madrimov.
Yeah, he looked good. He looked good.
Brian Castano,
Yeah, they got some
he's
good
still a
work.
player.
They got good work at 54 though.
There's work.
Good work. But I like over the guys we just named. I like Boots.
I was talking to Breadman. He believes that he Boots would probably be the favorite at 54
Yeah.
among everybody. What do you think?
Um, I think the best fight for him at 50. Well, the most competitive fight at 54 will be a 100% Charlo.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Charlo at 100%. That'll be a great fight.
Former undisputed champion.
Yeah, yeah, that'll be a great fight.
Yo, he would get all his credit with that fight. At 54, I
Oh
think, yeah,
yeah, that's a great fight, man.
great one, man. Great one. Um, do you feel like Jerome Boots Ennis, right? Future face of boxing.
Um, who knows what the sport will bring? He definitely had potential.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, got great potential.
Now we got a lot of 40s moving up to 47. I did see the clip with you and Squeeze on the Rise podcast on Instagram. You know, Bill Haney says that Devin Haney and Jerome Boots Ennis would be a big fight at welterweight. Do you feel like that fight will ever happen?
No,
Never.
nah,
Tell me
because
why.
I think Boots gonna unify, and he gonna shoot up to 54.
What, you think he's too big?
Who Boots?
Yeah. Too
No,
big for 47?
no. His goal is to unify.
Mm-hmm.
He unified before Devin. That Devin, get a chance to fight him, and then move up to 54.
Mm.
Devin don't have a belt at 47. Boots want the belts at 47. Get the belts and go on, because if you hang around, they're gonna say you ducking this person, you ducking that. Can you imagine people saying Boots ducking Devin?
I could that To me that don't make any sense.
That's why I say he unify and move on up to 54. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And then they take care of business at 54. Try to unify that if he can.
Yeah.
That's his goal, man. Just get the belts and keep on trucking.
Right. Right. Lots of people say the biggest task for Jerome Boots Ennis would be the Golden Boy fighter, Charles Conwell. What do you think about him?
I like Conwell, man. But no.
No.
No, Boots is.
He's missing something.
I don't think his skills is can touch Boots. You know, I like him though, but nah.
He could give everybody trouble in the division, but when
Nice,
it comes to
strong.
Boots,
Yeah, nice, strong kid though. But Boots, he ain't never fought nobody like Boots either. Nice
hmm
record though.
yeah, no, for sure.
I think he was on the 2000. He was on the Olympic team or something. USA team. Cromwell was.
Yes, yes, he
Yeah,
was.
yeah, I like that kid.
Um, yeah, I definitely want to see him in action. I feel like he deserves the title shot. You know,
Hmm.
um, at least this year. So that
Yeah,
way we could be talking about some of these fights.
yeah, it'd be a new face on the scene.
Hmm.
You know.
Tell me, why do you feel like when at that post press conference at the end of the fight with Boots, they were asking him, "What do you think about the unification with Brian Norman Jr.?" And they consistently said, "We want the belts, but in the same time, they keep saying that they don't want the fight." As fans, we want to hear that both people want to fight and we want to get it on. We listen to the words. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Brian Norman and them don't want the belt.
They don't want it.
They don't want the fight.
They don't want
Um,
it.
they want more money. It sounds like they want the fight, but they want more money. That's the way it sounded to me.
Mm,
I think 1 point whatever is a good. You know,
good
but
person.
he is a champion though. Brian Norman is a champion, so they got something to argue with.
Yeah, I remember when Canelo was trying to get all those belts at 68, and he
Hmm.
needed that one Caleb Plant belt.
Hmm.
And Caleb, he charged Canelo a good penny. He's like, "This is the last belt
Yeah.
you need, bro. You're gonna
This
have to
shit.
pay a little bit more."
Sometimes you got to pay. I just hope they can, negotiate something, man, for the fans.